every once in a while, I didn't know, we didn't necessarily always have dessert on hand. Mm-hmm. So I would toast a piece of bread, put butter on it, and then pour sugar over it, and then retoast it again. So it was like a toasted sugar bread. I don't know why that's funny. It was good. That's
what you'd call it. You'd go. It's kind of like a. It's like
it was like a cinnamon toast. Imagine a cinnamon toast crunch, but
toasty
expanded.
Sugar bread. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Bullstrap studio, it's Claudio and Mason.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
It's not Saturday night.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not Saturday night. It's Tuesday. Drinking on a Tuesday. Welcome back to the Founders Podcast. This is the final. This is a little bit of a concluding. Like if we had seasons of podcasts.
It's a momentous occasion.
Yes, this would be the season finale, if you would.
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah, because this will be the last time that you see us in this podcast studio.
What's funny is that this particular studio has doubled as our conference room. So we've used it interchangeably, and it makes it a little weird for meetings and stuff like that. We have this set up here, but then we also have couch and different things. It's not quite behind you is a TV. It's not quite equipped for either podcast or conference room.
Yeah, it's like a hybrid of both.
It's a hybrid room. So we're moving this, and this is becoming more properly a conference room, which we need as we're growing and adding employees and stuff like that. So
next time you see us, expect something different. Not totally it's in the works right now, but we haven't really finalized what it's going to look like.
It might not be done by the time our next podcast.
Yeah, maybe you might see us in a what do you call that? Like a celebrity shot for ping pong. I'm trying to think of that, or for beer pong.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A celebrity shot is when you bring a friend on for one shot, and so it's you might see a studio that's only for one podcast.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
I don't know.
That could be the case.
Yep. Who knows?
But
it's Q4, so we're getting ready for Black Friday, Christmas. Actually, Black Friday has happened, I think, by the time that they have watched this.
That is true.
Right?
Probably.
Pretty sick. So they have this shirt on, maybe. They might be wearing your hat, although
dare I turn this around?
They've already seen it. So
that's true. I'm not really revealing anything. But if I went like this and you haven't seen it yet,
boom!
This hat is actually sick. I love this hat. This comes in tan. It's actually a pretty similar color to the shirt.
Yep.
Same patch on the hat.
Enjoy your journey.
Yeah.
The official.
I love it. This is totally my style of hat too.
Yeah,
I really love it. This is your style of hat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We actually
we have the dad hat too. I flip back and forth between a dad hat and this type of hat.
Yeah.
When I'm wearing
I feel like the baseball hat is you do kind of just more simple.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. I love, dude, honestly, I am concerned that I'm not wearing an Enjoy Your Journey.
Oh yeah, no. And we could have been different colors too.
I know.
And still,
I know.
That's all right.
But it's sweet.
Get a little.
So what size are you wearing?
This is an XL.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're what, 6'2"?
I'm 6'1".
6'1"?
Yeah, if you're giving it to me. Really, I'm 6 foot flat, but yeah. We'll
6'1"?
Yeah, we'll say 6'1".
6'1".
Yeah.
I would have guessed 6'1" or 6'2".
Okay. Cool.
You're taller.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah. I'll take it.
I'll take it. Yeah. Take it off.
It might not be real.
Yeah.
But it is in my brain.
Not what the doctor says. But but yeah, really simple, kind of a thinner, all cotton shirt. Really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's light. It's beautiful.
Super light.
Yeah, it fits you well. That's the way that an XL looks. How much do you weigh?
I weigh like 160, 165 right
That's
now.
exactly what I weigh.
Really?
Yeah.
And
I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
So
that's
there's a few
different weight.
Yeah.
Dang. Weight shows differently on height. Because I've like you look in shape to me. Like you're like you look fit and like healthy, and I would say I look a little thin right now. Like for what my body type kind of is.
Yeah,
like
you can put on. I feel like if you put on 10 pounds, you'd be like
better.
at that would be like your spot.
Prime time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look out, ladies. Once I put on,
it's happening.
Yeah, it's still.
But the reason I bring that up is like that's basically like frame, your height, your like that's how that kind of fits on you.
I might get cut out of frame here, but if you got there you go. You got a little side.
Yeah. Maybe you see the bottom half there.
Yeah, man.
Whatever.
See how it hangs. Yeah.
Cool. Love it. So that's it.
Yep.
Those have been released. Those are out, and they're pretty sweet.
Yeah, they are. We could talk about the other things that are launching, but
yeah,
they just take too long.
You know, there's more merch type stuff to come in the future. I wouldn't even call it merch. I like proper apparel is in the future for Bullstrap.
This is probably about as simple actually as we're gonna get.
And you know what? To be honest, I love simple. When I'm wearing stuff, I'm usually putting on a simple t-shirt. That's like not a lot of design, not much to it, like just some classic colors. Like I love that nude color. No, that's not nude. What is that?
Sand?
That's sand.
Sand, yeah. Bone.
Nude is pink. What am I talking about? Yeah. Yeah, that's like a sand or a bone color, and I love that. Like that's a go-to for me. We also have it in
like a blue.
We have it in a blue.
Yeah, it's kind of like a.
That's sweet.
I love like gray blue kind of looking. Yeah, and then we've got it in like charcoal.
Yeah,
like dark gray.
Yep. It's like I'd probably call it's more black than gray.
Yeah,
but
true.
Charcoal's the right color.
Yeah.
Sweet. So now you got the scoop.
Yep.
We totally missed talking about.
We did.
What we're drinking.
We're drinking another from our friends at Voodoo. They're not really our friends. I wish they were. Like I wish I could call these guys up and just be like, hey, we're running low.
We're friends.
We really like Voodoo Ranger's products, and this is the new Belgium Imperial IPA. Not usually in a bottle. Usually when we've had Voodoo, they've been in cans. Yeah. But this is the first 6-pack we've had.
It's good. It's a good IPA. This is a 9%er too.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
This might be a short podcast.
Yeah, that's actually crazy. I did not realize that. Yeah, it's good. I've had better from Voodoo if I'm being direct. It's like a normal.
The last couple that we had were better.
Super good.
They have their juicy, their like hazy one. I forget what it's called.
I always just noticed the can. The like orangish can I really like. And then, the 1975.
That was the recent one that we tried. That was so good. I love that one.
Yeah, that's from last podcast.
Yeah, that one was great. I was so surprised by that. That was like actually really good. Like
that was like a
lot of those fruity elements and notes.
Yeah,
I found a new go-to.
Yep.
Yeah. Actually, I love this. Like I'm always down to drink a good IPA. That's even a little bit on the heavier side too, but particularly when I'm just like really loving an IPA, I'm always going for something that's like New England style, little hazy, and it's got that those like there's something about the New England style IPA that keeps those like citrusy notes in there,
like a little bit of fruit. Yeah. I feel like you and I both don't want a fruity beer. But we want like give some notes of something.
I want it in the bubbles. Yeah. When the bubbles go off in my mouth, like give me some.
Well,
there needs to be some
accents
some fruit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
No, this is good though. 9%. That's be careful. That's dangerous.
I know. Yeah. I'm trying to go slow here. Actually, before everything is said and done, well, we've already kind of started on some of the renovations, but you should do a walkthrough, like film a walkthrough just on your phone or something.
Of what?
Of what we have right now. We've already started on some of the renovations, but then
we need before and afters. I even thought of that. I'm glad you're.
I know we're such idiots.
We have been the worst at documenting the progress of this company. Yeah.
For a company that's all about the journey, We suck at documenting.
We have very, like, in general, we have, like, milestone stuff where we can look back. But in terms of, like, take photos of this process. It's bad. But, yeah, we will.
Do we have a photo of your loft?
Yeah, I can dig for one of when it was set up for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to, and I think we took a photo, like, a year and a half ago.
We did.
Or something.
Yeah.
Remember when like, the whole
I brought the camera into the warehouse. We've got shots from... Yeah, we definitely have shots from last Black Friday.
That'd be a cool project to, like...
Where we've...
piece all the different things together, you know?
Like, here's year by year where we've...
But I'm thinking particularly of a photo that we took. I think it was outside, or we were all on the couch in the front area.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't that great, but, like...
Wasn't that great, no. I have that photo.
Anyway, it'd be fun to piece all of that stuff together and kind of document, like, here's where we started. I think I actually have a picture of when the inventory was just at my house.
Dang.
I had boxes in my living room.
Yeah. I have photos. So when backpacks arrived, like the first time we got backpacks, they arrived at my house. And no one really understood, like, what 250 leather backpacks looks like.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
and
that's right.
It was like 32 boxes. It showed up in, like, because it was 250 of both colors. So I think we had 500 backpacks. Could that be right? It was my entire downstairs was, like,
filled with backpack
Yeah, they
boxes.
brought an 18-wheeler down my street.
A box only
holds
carries 5.
5. Yeah.
So
and that's a box like the size of this.
Basically. Yeah.
It was
That's
nuts.
That's so insane.
Man. Yeah, we should though. We should put something together. Needless to say, we're renovating around here. Part of us moving the podcast room is us. I don't know. We've kind of been in like more of like a warehousey feeling space.
It's a flex space, so it's half warehouse, half office.
Yep.
But the warehouse space, basically, we were doing a little bit of like inventory management on the Amazon side. So we had some stuff that we would send periodically to FBA. We moved our fulfillment centers for our Shopify store a while ago. And that's how we're offering like 1 to 2 day shipping. But for everything Amazon related, we've been keeping a decent chunk of the inventory here, but that's now leaving. And we're kind of creating like a really cool vibe in our warehouse where it's like open workspace, painting the ceiling black, like hanging Edison bulb lights. It's pretty sweet.
Yes.
I am so stoked for the mural just went up on the back of the garage door, and it's
insane.
actually so sick. Yeah.
If you have our sticker pack, there is a bull. It'll probably end up on Instagram eventually. You guys will see it. But our bull sticker that's got the forest in it, we had an artist come in and just make a huge
spray paint that thing.
Yep, huge version spray paint. So sick.
It's so sick.
I love it so much. So sick.
Yeah. So it's a little bit crazy right now in the whole office. Like things are shuffled around, things are moved, it's up and down and backwards and the whole deal. You don't have a desk really right now.
No, I don't. No, this looks good because this is what's set up for on camera, but everywhere else in here looks like
a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a vacuum in the corner. But, I mean, other than that, this room's good. But,
what you're looking at is very perfectly curated.
Yep.
So yeah. Anyway, that's sort of the deal.
Yeah.
What else is up, man?
What else is up? I picked up a new hobby. I tried a new hobby.
Okay.
So in our last podcast, we actually talked about like trying new things and vacations a little bit, and kind of randomly, not necessarily in response to that podcast, but my buddy Stone, shout out Stone, reached out to me and went, "Hey, I found this Groupon. Would you want to go glass blowing?" And initially, I was like, "Sure, like that sounds cool." Like didn't really know what to expect, but like, yeah, we can go. Ultimately had a really fun time. I made a whiskey glass, which ended up being a little big. It was my first time blowing glass ever. But I blew this with like, so this was liquid glass basically. And you like start with a huge ball of glass, and then you like dip it into like blue pieces of glass. Okay. And then we inflated it like a balloon. Granted, I'm like learning this as the dude. So like the dude does it, and then it's like, all right, now you do it. And so I'm, Yeah, I don't know.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is...
I've seen this already,
You have.
obviously.
Yep.
And your buddy's whiskey glass actually looks...
So sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey's. I probably have a photo that I can maybe put up here.
Yeah. Well, this was V1.
Yes, this is V1. Yep. So Corey and I, my other buddy who was with us, decided let's do whiskey glasses. I went first, made the errors to be made, and then he was kind of able to follow that up. And yeah, his is sick. But I want to go back. It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was like really cool.
Yeah, that's so legit.
Yeah.
And this is actually cool. You know, this actually looks more like a beer glass than it does like a whiskey glass. I mean, this is a thick.
Yeah,
this is thick, man.
That is more of just a glass.
Yeah.
Like put
yeah,
what you
yeah.
want in there. Not
It
really
looks like a
made
water
for-
glass. Mm-hmm. But that's pretty sweet, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
it
that's a cool thing. I love when single dudes just have all the time to do
it's
whatever.
great. It's we're picking up. We do arts and crafts. We're doing glass blow.
That's insane.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
it's fun though. But it was kind of in response to like, hey, we just talked about doing new hobbies, and then literally next week tried something, ended up enjoying it.
No,
So,
that's cool, man.
yeah.
That's really cool.
I'm actually.
It actually is. Yeah, I was wondering why
we're
you
going.
hadn't poured that.
I know you literally just said this looks more like a beer glass. So.
There it is.
Oh, money.
Perfektenschlag.
The what?
Perfektenschlag.
Perfektenschlag?
Yeah.
Is that German?
It's Schrute is what it is.
Schrute. Okay. Do I schrute?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah. That is cool. Basically, if you have a chance to go glass blowing, I can't imagine. Maybe it is popular. Like,
I don't know.
But
Where
this
is that?
was
Where do you do that?
This was in Lake Worth, and it was kind of in
Okay.
like a warehouse where they
Yeah,
had,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it was set up for
Yeah.
this type of stuff. But
That's sweet, man. Any other life updates? Is there a girl in the picture?
there's no ladies. It's kind of
Dang. What's up with
dude.
that?
I know. I kind of felt like 2021 though was not my year to go looking for my wife. Like this whole year, this is kind of vulnerable actually, but this whole year with what we're doing at Bullstrap and just kind of the time commitment and mental commitment that I knew was kind of ahead, I mentally decided like, hey, I don't think that in me finding who my wife is, I don't think that I can give my what would be girlfriend like the time or attention that I feel like she would deserve in this year. And so
Well, it would mean like basically not hanging out with your buddies.
yeah, basically
much.
like no glass blowing.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just wasn't sure that was for me this year. So
Yeah.
2021.
go.
Maybe next year. But yeah, no, other than that, not really. Anything with you? Any life updates? How's
Man, the family's good. That's for sure the best part of life.
dude, I showed you a video this morning of my nephew.
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah, it's so fun.
It's ridiculous.
It's such a fun age and a fun stage, and they're starting to Hezzy's starting to interact too with his peers, his 1.5-year-old peers. But it is funny, man. Like he's starting to get it a little bit. He's saying a bunch of different things. Like he'll repeat some stuff.
That's
You
weird.
know,
It's,
it is so weird. It's so
you can
weird.
hear them hear them trying to figure out
Yeah.
what
Yeah, like diaper is Biper.
Biper.
It's so cute, man. It's so cute. So I love that, man. It's a fun stage of life, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, everything else is good. I've been waking up at 5, not at 4:30 over the past couple weeks.
Sleeping in.
That's what it feels like. I hit that snooze thing, and I'm just like, I can get away with sleeping till 5. It's no big deal.
Are you the type of person that will set their alarm knowing that you will snooze?
No.
No.
Maddie has turned me into that type of person, though.
Okay.
Because Maddie is that type of person.
I am.
I have never been that type of person in my life. Like, I have always, if the alarm is going off, I'm getting up and I'm getting out of bed because that's the time I needed to wake up. Mm-hmm. And I was religious about that.
Yeah.
But over the years, over marriage, it does something to you.
Marriage, man.
It's crazy.
I do. Like, I will set, so my snooze is 9 minutes long. Don't know why the clock is preset that way, but like 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I'll set it.
I think all Apple alarms, like it's preset to 9 minutes.
Oh no, this is an external alarm clock that is away from my bed. Because if I used to wake up and just do my phone thing, that didn't work.
Yeah, that'll just go forever.
Subconsciously just started turning it off, going back to sleep, whatever. Or like I would wake up and then rather than hit snooze, I would hit like stop. And so you hit stop and just go back to bed and you're like, well, I guess I slept in. So then I got a physical clock.
Yeah.
I would just eventually start just hitting the button to snooze it. Like, back to bed.
So then physical clock.
So now when I wake up, I get out of bed to walk across my room to snooze to then, yep.
I need to do that with, I need to put my phone away. When that thing goes off, it goes off. Mm-hmm. And I need to have my water bottle next to it. And like the first thing that I do is I literally had this thought this morning because I've been doing this now for like the past week and a half where I'm actually awake at 4:30. I am. I'm awake at 4:30, but I am sleeping till 5. I'm not really sleeping. I'm kind of just in bed, kind of resting, relaxing. I'm not really falling back asleep. Mm-hmm. But I need to have an alarm set for 4:30. It goes off, and another alarm set for 1 minute after that says, drink my water. And I have to shut the first one off, and then it be away. It's not just snooze or like hit the button. It's shut that one off, go in and make sure I'm shutting the other one off. So that's not going off a minute later, especially since like Maddie's probably in the bed also. And then that's kind of like a reminder, like, okay, drink this whole water. And that actually like wakes me up. If you're drinking a thing of water in the morning, you're waking up, and then I go and I do my workout, my whole thing. So hopefully that's a little bit of a hack the system type of thing. Yeah. We'll see. I'll let you know. Okay. Next podcast. I'll fill you in.
The double 1 minute apart alarm clock with water in between. So you gotta
really. No, it's not like I'm trying to chug the water in between. In 1 minute.
Hey, that would be. I mean, that
actually would be interesting because that would wake you up. You're like, okay, I gotta race against the clock.
Yeah, you got give yourself 2 minutes so you're not actually pressed. But like, hey, in the next 2 minutes, your alarm's gonna go off, your water should be gone, and you're on the move. It's a challenge.
That's not a bad idea.
Dude, I just radically increased your productivity. So, like, when you're reviewing the numbers later for this quarter, like after Black Friday, all that stuff, just be like,
That was Mason's tip.
Mason's, It's the water.
That's
it's
funny.
The water challenge when I wake up.
Oh, my gosh. That's funny.
Okay, so random question of the week is, what breakfast food did you or your friends eat as kids that now you look back at and go, I cannot believe that like our parents let us eat that?
I don't think I have that food or that thing. Like, it was unhealthy. I can't believe our parents let us eat it.
Like,
we were kind of healthy. Kind of.
Okay.
I do remember when we were at our friend's house, Jacob and Luke's, right down the street. Mm-hmm. We would stay at their place all the time. We basically had a rule where we could only sleep, like a sleepover could only happen every other night. That's how intense it got over the summer. Like, we were staying at each other's places so much that my dad was like, this is crazy. We need to limit this.
Yeah. Every other night.
Every other night was the rule. Because we would just like flip back and forth. It was like, okay, we slept over your place. Okay, sleep over our place. And like, it was basically like we were brothers. But Luke would make waffles, like Eggo waffles, and wouldn't eat them unless there was like, imagine this is the plate. He would pour syrup to the point where the waffle was covered, like it was floating. A little, like it was a little, basically, like lift. It wouldn't lift. Right. It wouldn't lift, but it was like basically the syrup was coming 3/4 of the way up the waffle. Like
no syrup. No piece of waffle was
white powder. right? The sugar powder.
Powdered sugar.
Powdered sugar was going over it. And then there was syrup on top covering every little square inch of the squares of an Eggo waffle.
Yeah.
And then 3/4 up the side was syrup on the plate.
Oh, it's just like
that sounds nasty, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looked nasty too.
It's like, hey,
But he like it was just all sugar.
just use a bread sponge to
Yep.
soak up as much syrup as you can. And then
That's literally what it was. But I
Ooh.
mean, we never really had like I don't know that there was anything unhealthy as a part of the breakfast diet.
part of what inspired that question is now, if you knew what Claudio ate now, you'd be like, oh, you are, maybe it's your wife, but you're like so aware of what you're eating. Like you eat pretty well. You snack whatever, but like ultimately, like you are very intentional with what you put in your body. And I feel like, I guess my question was more like, was there a big contrast? Like, did you go from
Something.
Pop-Tarts and Eggos to...
No. So what's funny is that like Jacob and Luke were Pop-Tarts and Eggos and chips and soda in the pantry and like basically whatever your heart's desire that it was there. So we would go over and like we would kill all the different things and whatever. But our house was like, they would describe it as like a farm. Like they did not like eating at our place.
Just greens.
Yeah,
and
it was ingredients that were in the fridge.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
We weren't actually that healthy. Maddie, my wife, they were healthy. Like she was healthy growing up. All organic, like really legitimately all ingredients in the fridge. We were like, there was a tub of ice cream.
Okay, but you weren't like a junk food family, because
we weren't a junk food family, but it was still relatively well. I mean, ice cream is junk food.
Yeah, but I like a family that eats relatively good and then has ice cream every now and then. Like that's not a. Not
It'd be like ice cream every night. There'd be like dessert every night. Okay,
I would say that we were similar. Like you always have dessert after dinner. Dinner was always healthy, like growing up. But if I wanted Pop-Tarts in the fridge, like Pop-Tarts in the fridge. If I wanted Pop-Tarts in the pantry, we'd have Pop-Tarts in the pantry. Like it was that. Ultimately, this whole question was inspired by Pop-Tarts, because Tessa and I earlier this week were like, I can't believe we used to eat Pop-Tarts for breakfast, because it's basically a cookie. Like it's just It's cookies for breakfast is what Pop-Tarts are.
That is funny, yeah.
Like it's sugar filled with fruit sugar, and then there's frosting on top of it. And the one that she was talking about eating were like s'mores and brownies and stuff. And
it's like so unhealthy.
It's like this is clearly not a breakfast food, and yet this is what we ate for breakfast.
Pure marketing.
Yep.
The power of marketing.
There it is.
This is breakfast.
Yeah, this is breakfast.
Some people do have like a slice of banana bread or like something that's kind of desserty for breakfast sometimes. Like that's what a pancake is. It's like that's dessert. But
that would be our breakfast. It's one thing to have like a Pop-Tart with like some fruit and maybe a couple eggs or like But when it's like Pop-Tarts and a glass of milk, it's like that is just not what a childhood breakfast should look like.
We have had toaster pastries is what they're called from like Whole Foods or something. Toaster pastries, and those are good. That's like the healthy version of Pop-Tarts. In our house, like as a married couple or whatever, like Maddie's bought them, but we've only, I would never eat them as breakfast. They were always dessert. It was always like, I'm kind of craving something sweet. Like I want a little something like, oh, this is perfect. Let me toast these and pop them in.
Yeah. I would feel like I am more that way now.
Okay.
Like now I look at Pop-Tarts and go, that's insane. But back then, it's like, yeah, that's great. It's Pop-Tarts. You eat them whenever.
They're breakfast.
Yeah. Pop-Tarts are breakfast.
That's hilarious, man. That's so funny. No, I am like way more a traditional breakfast guy. Like for sure, eggs. Actually, my favorite thing to do usually when we're going out now, I will do an omelet with all sorts of, like, I'll put broccoli, spinach, onions, like all sorts of stuff. A veggie omelet, but then I always want like a small side pancake or a small side like something small, but like I want bites of like
Sweet or something different.
Like if we're going out to breakfast for breakfast food, it's a veggie omelet with
Something sweet
on the side. Yeah. That's my jam. That's it.
That sounds good. You're making me hungry.
I know. I'm making me hungry too.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're not going to go eat, but I think we could move on to the feast of the podcast, if you will, which is the BS Society part of the podcast. If you are not a member of the BS Society, it's all inclusive. You can join below. There's an entry fee. It's a monthly membership. But what you get is, one, you get access to the next part of this podcast, but you also get a gearbox that is shipped to your house once a quarter. This quarter's looks like this. We're going to actually open this and review it on the BS Society part of the podcast. And so there's free gear, free podcast material, and a whole lot of other stuff for the BS Society.
Those who just, because the BS Society is now over a year old at this point, so everybody who just crossed a year got a $100 gift card.
That's true.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the BS Society.
Happy birthday.
Actually, that's kind of, I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Crazy.
Been here for a year. So with that, become a member if you want to. It is definitely something that we are excited about and enjoy. And for those of you who are members, we will see you in about 30 seconds. So peace. See you in a month.
Later.